I think people over romanticize the idea of starting over. Everyone thinks of a fresh start, a clean chapter, new motivation, new goals, but nobody really talks about how destabilizing and how cluttered your mind becomes when you start over, because your mind has moved ahead, but your reality hasn't caught up with that yet. Yes, you have grown, you have learned new things, but the reality and the results do not match of what you know, of what you can potentially deliver. And maybe that's the part that nobody prepares you for. Starting over does not ask for becoming confident first, but it keeps you moving while you're still unfamiliar, while you still don't know, while you still feel stuck, because you have to keep doing it till you get good at it. Confidence is something that comes after you have done the thing. When your brain is confident enough, your brain already knows that you can deliver the result. That's when you become confident, because there is no doubt that you won't be able to deliver it. And that's why being delusional also works, because when you're delusional, you have that belief system that no matter what, even if I don't know how it works, even if I don't know how to deliver certain things, I know that I will figure it out. I know that I am able to learn as I go. I'm not scared of being the newbie at the beginning. But how do you navigate through that? How do you keep pushing? How do you keep following your dreams? How do you keep moving forward when everything feels cluttered, when your mind keeps telling you one thing but your reality is telling you other thing? The answer to that is you just keep doing it. It's simple, it's demotivating, but you just keep doing it. For me, in my life, when I felt the most stuck, when nothing was working out, when I thought that's it, my life feels over. Everyone who was starting at the same time as me have succeeded to a certain extent, but because I decided to take that risk, I am far behind. But you have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in your vision, you have to keep moving. The moment you hesitate, the moment you stop and negotiate with yourself, that's when everything will collapse. You should not allow yourself to question yourself. You set your mind to it, you just do it. You just take the risk, you just keep doing it till it works out, because you do not have any other choice. You might ask, but how do I know that? How do I know what's gonna work out? How do I know what do I wanna do? You need to sit down and have a real conversation with yourself. What are my strengths? And what are the values that I uphold in life? Where am I heading? What does my life look like in the future that I would be proud of living? That my identity is that person and I do not tolerate anything less than that. And once you decide that, that's when everything becomes clear. You already envision that person. You just have to stack the micro habits on top of each other for you to be able to reach that. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to know all the answers. It doesn't mean that you have to be a certain character. People online glorify this journey, but the pain that you have to go through, the sacrifice you have to do for you to be able to achieve that level, you have to be willing to accept that. If you're not willing to accept that, you would rather take the safe path. This is the reason why this part is very important, because this period where you feel stuck, where your mind doesn't match up with the results that you have, is the most important part, because it decides whether the life that you wanted is actually what you want, or is it just the fantasy that you always like the idea of having. Because if you can survive this brutal part, that's when you know that the life that you want in the future is actually what you want, because you are willing to endure the pain, you are willing to endure the growth. And this is where your life start begin. Before success catches up with you, all the glory, all the dreams, all the results that you really desired for catch up, that moment where you are in pain, you are in building, you are putting the work but you still cannot see the results, that's where you build your character, that's where you build your strengths, that's where you become who you need to be to embrace that future character of yourself. But where the people go the most wrong is when you repeatedly start over. You need to be able to willing to stick to one thing long enough without results before you can venture out. There is a saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting for different results. But you need to do certain things repeated enough for you to know that starting over is necessary. Because if you only grow certain level and you keep restarting and you grow to a certain level and you again go back to zero, you will be just stuck in that loophole and you will not be able to grow. So now you need to decide, who is this character? Who is this person that I am becoming? And what are the things that I am willing to sacrifice, I am willing to let go? Because for you to become your new self, you need to let go of old habits, old characteristics, and start embracing those new characteristics and setting those standards that will not let you to tolerate anything below than who you are becoming.